Okay, great. So would you control the camera and then would you share the screen? Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, go to the presentation mode. Okay, so I'll control your time tightly. So introduce yourself shortly, and then you can start. You'll have 15 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Yutong Yang. I'm from China. This is the final courses where I'm in studied in Seattle, and here's my project. My project is about the VGG night-based detection of fruit maturity. Um, Here's my agenda. We're gonna go through from the problem statement to the key references. And my problem statement is how can we improve the detection of the fruit maturity? So we know that the modernization is the current trend for the few decades, but the problem is we cannot let all the people move into the city, and the United States for now is 70% modernization. This is a table about a table with the prediction about the population growth from the 1950 to 2050. And we can see that in 2050, the future population may exceed the 9 billions. So in that case, we need more food to feed the people and to know what the best time when the fruit are mature using the deep learning. And nowadays, the demand of the machine learning mode becomes higher than before. And in agriculture field, they are more used for leaf disease detection and the predict the crops yield, and also it can be used for detecting the fruit maturity, like the image here is from the Google, and also we can just divide it the um, just like the example, we can just divide it the fruit maturity into 3 levels, such as the red, orange, or the green. Here's my related work. I have found some valuable references that are related to my project. Some of them are theoretical papers that can support my motivation and the background, and the rest of them are about the technology they used. In one's paper, he used the backpropagation neural network, and at Meta used CNN and YOLO3, and Mawadi used the CNN with a RESTnet structure. And the best result is one's mode has reached about 96%. But there's no author mentioned that they implement their mode on the web. So about that, and compare with the other references, I will use the VGGNet structure to build my mode, and make sure it can work well on the multi-label. And also I will use the Flex as the backend, the Amazon EC2 as the web server. Here's the picture of the VGG structure. It is a stand for visual geometry group. It is a standard deep convolutional neural network architecture with multiple layers. And that deep is refers to the numbers of layers with VGG16 or VGG19 consists of 16 and 19 convolutional layers. The VGGNet was born out for to reduce the numbers of parameters in the convert layers and to improve the training times. The VGG16 structure has a total of 138 million parameters, and all the convert kernels are of size 3 times 3, and the maxpol kernels are of size 2 times 2, with a street of 2. So the dataset I used is from an open source web called Kaggle, and it is tomatoes image dataset with different maturity levels, also the different type of the tomatoes and the different backgrounds. And total with 776 images. I divided the data into 3 different groups, which also the 3 different levels of the maturity. I scaled the images to 64 times 64 first, and for each group, 20% of the data were randomly selected as the test set, and 80% of them were used for training the mode. So the VGG structure had a high performance in the image classification with a sufficient training data set. And also, to avoid the overfitting, we can just do augmentation before training the model. And in conclusion, so I built a VGGNet structure and used that to predict the maturity of tomatoes, and the final accuracy is about 98%, and it's higher than the mode in the references. Due to the time limited, there's still some room for improvement in my project. So we can just do improve the training speed and add more function to the web. Also support the camera detection in the real time. Here's the key references I used from I used for the project. Here's the demo video. Oh, I have one. About my capstone project, I am focused on using the machine learning mode to predict the maturity of the fruit. And due to the time of my test, I narrowed down my target on using common. Oh, I'm sorry. To predict the maturity. Yes. Distinct characters when they are red, such as the tomatoes. And in the process of building the mode, I'm using the CNN mode and the PyTorch library and the structure of the VGGNet with a total 40 apex. I divided the maturity into 3 levels. They are red, wrapped, orange, medium, and the green, unwrapped. Also, I used Flex as the backend and Amazon EC2 to implement my mode on a simple website. And this is my demo video. And thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Okay, audience. So do you have any question? Okay, so if you do not have any questions, I have a question. Okay. Yes, you don't stop the sharing. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this is the capstone class, right? What was your biggest challenge to finish this capstone successfully? Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge is to figure out how is the VGG light work in the CNN mode, and also the VGG structure is totally new for me. So I learned from 0 to 1 thing.
So you took any machine learning class or not? Just you started this one from scratch?
What's that?
So you did not have any chance to learn this one from any other courses here? For example, you have a data science course.
Oh, we have a data science. We have that, but in that class, we did more practice on the k-means and just simple CNNs and the also the ANN structure, just like that. But the VGG structure, I don't think I learned that.
Okay, yeah. Usually, student I recommend do not select something new. Why? You don't have enough time to learn something. 10 weeks is very short. Last
Yeah,
question.
but it's
Yeah.
based on the convolutional neural network, so it's easier than the others.
Okay, still you have a 5 minutes more. That's why I'm keep asking. Okay, the other one is now student they may join the capstone. What kind of advice do you want to give to the student who will take a capstone? Give me the two advices. Yeah.
One advice is please start your capstone project at the beginning of the courses. Please, this is the serious things. And second is let me think about. I think second is do more communication with your teacher, with your professor. That will help you improve your paper and also the presentation.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, now you are
Thank
done.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
may finish early on time. Thank you. So you can close your camera. And then next speaker, Kepei. Already you are here. Kepei Dai, would you turn on the camera? Yes.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm here.
yeah. Would you share your screen?
Oh, yes. Um, oh, no,
Okay. You are ready.
don't use this PPT.
Okay. Are we ready?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
It is yours. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Now introduce yourself and then let's start the presentation. Now you are show time.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Kepei Dai. This is my project. Is development of microservice architecture based on Spring Boot and Spring Cloud. With the development of internet technology, application can provide more service. Traditional business systems are difficult to respond quickly to flexible needs of market and subsequent expansion. So I think Microsoft architecture development but has the advantage of low service performance requirement and it easier to integrate into new technology. The current Spring Boot framework is just a micro framework. It lacks solutions such as servers, register, discover, monitoring, integration, and security management. And it is highly integrated, make it difficult for developer to understand the underlying layer. So I think we can use microserver to do that. Microserver can deploy project independently. It allows teams to focus on just one service, good for reduced risk, and it allows teams to choose different data storage solution and the program language. It increases the high scalability and flexibility. This is a system I wrote based on Spring Boot to manage the market. It can manage user, supplier, and order. This is the code structure. As you can see, all the code in place in one project. This means that if one of the parts goes wrong, the whole project doesn't work. For example, when too many orders come into the system, more than the servers can query, the whole project will collapse. This is unreasonable. So I changed structure to microservice. The difference with the previous one, this outside is a parent project, inside are different sub-projects. Each sub-project runs separately. In the same case as previous one example, if the system crashes due to order, only the older part will be inaccessible. The other part are not affected. There are so many sub-projects, each with its own port, so I use Spring Cloud for management and distribution. This is the architectural diagram of my project. Starting with high concurrency and filtering of user access, and use Hash-track to monitor and protect the microservers. Manage and configure servers through the U-record and Fei. First, I use NG to load balance for web servers. I simulate 4 clusters and load balance then to take the pressure of the individual web servers. At the same time, it is used to realize the data transform between the front and back end. This is Zoom provide a unified point of access for servers in the microservice. I use it as an API gateway for the system, which support dynamic routing and filtering requirement. Accessing the server through the URL can be done directly using the gateway port, and the port address comes from the registrar. I combine them to be a large cluster. The user access from the client load through the NG to the gateway Zoom part, and then forwarding to servers. This can provide gateway availability. This is U-record. It's a server's register used to management port for sub-project. These sub-projects are registered with server center through a configuration file. So the register, you can see the port number of the different servers, such as older consumer port is A1, A3. When they need to be used, they go to the server center to find the corresponding port to use. Ribbon is used in conjunction with Fame to achieve the load balance between the consumer and the provider. I wrote a test to show how it works. I looped through the same models 10 times. Each time show the port and server's name. As you can see the second picture, it visits a different server each time, ensure that each server is accessed the same number of the times. This is the code I use with Hash-track. When the project is abnormal, it will immediately start the circuit breaker and execute the backup plan to reduce the user waiting time. In order to show how it works, I shut down users' provider servers and pretend it crashed. You can see the first picture UREC showed that the provider servers has not been found. This led the login function to fail, and then this part will stop immediately. Then the specified prompt message is quickly displayed. And this is a report summarizing the feeling of user using microservers. All interviewed have a certain understanding of microservers. You can see the final statistic in this picture. Most agree to use it to make servers deployment faster and like it is flexibility to respond to change condition and its ability to quickly scale new functionality to larger application. So this project uses Spring Cloud component and Spring Boot framework to change the market system into a microservice architecture. The advantage and weakness of the microservice were validated with two different architectures. Its advantages are faster development, high scalability, and flexibility, running multi-language joint development. Of course, the use of various Spring Cloud components for management and supervision has resulted in a very complex project structure, which has increased the difference of later maintenance. So this is all. Do you have any question?
Do you have any demo?
My demo is always code, so
No, it means
use
code means you can execute it. This is a cloud application. Am I correct? This is a cloud application. Means you already deployed this one to the cloud. So can I see demo?
Yeah. How I show you my.
Okay, so if you are not ready, simply you are saying, hey, this is my presentation system, then people ask, can I see your system? If you don't show, sometimes nobody knows actually you developed, actually created a system, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to share it. Because
you don't have any cloud application URL, type the URL, then we can see the demo.
Like this?
Let me see that.
You can
I
see
cannot see anything. No, share the screen. Can you share screen? Web browse.
Please give me some time.
Yeah, and also like the same thing. I want to see your demo. Yep. I want to see the source code. All over your job interview, same thing. They want to see your work. Yeah. Okay, execute it. Then I want to see your demo.
Can you see my code?
Yeah, I can see the code. Execute it. I want to see your demo. Yeah.
Yeah, this is your code. Let me show you. Yeah, in here you can see all the servers. This is their port. And you can use URL into backend to get the data, and phone use this to show in Pager.
So you use the Spring Boot and Spring Cloud because of that. My expectation was I want to see your application in the cloud, not on your local machine. That means you did not deploy your system to the cloud. Am I correct?
Spring Cloud is many component I use in my project. It don't
Yeah, no, everything is on your
live
local
in the
machine.
cloud.
Yeah, I know you are using Nginx. Okay, good. Okay, another question. Would you go to your slide number 8? Okay, you showed this one. It is your diagram. Did you draw this diagram? Slide number 8. Yeah, you just showed it to me. Backend framework structure. Slide number 8.
Number 8?
Yeah, slide number 8.
This?
No, slide number 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So who drew this picture?
Me.
Are you sure? This is yours.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That means you don't have to put into the citation, correct? Okay. Then also your application is a kind of a serious flaw. There is a problem. What is the problem? Who did this kind of things? Can I see your previous work or related work? Who tried to do the similar things or same things than you did? Where is that slide? Yeah.
Yeah, I think most shopping websites I use this framework structure.
No, you used it. Does that mean you are the only person using this framework? Somebody already used this one. Somebody tried to use Spring Boot and Spring Cloud. So I cannot see slide of a previous work. Do you have it?
No, I'm sorry.
Right. Okay, I'll talk to this one to the instructor. Yeah, that's the one of the key. Always when you start any project, you have to say somebody did this one or similar things. This is my approach. How my approach is different from what somebody did. Okay. Yeah, that part is missing. And then any other members, do you have any question? Yutong, do you have a question to the Kepei?
Yeah, I have a small questions that I think I just missed something. Do you could you say that again? What is the advantage of Spring Boot? Because I'm not really familiar with that. The advantage of the Spring Boot, is it faster than the other?
Yeah. The first advantage I think is the structure. Like Spring Boot is all the code is in one project, but when I use Spring Cloud, I change the subject and it let the web servers to three parts, all the supplier and user. There is separator.
So you are using Spring Boot or Spring Boot and Spring Cloud. You are using both. Am I correct?
I use that too.
You are using both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Yutong, did you get an answer?
Yeah, I think I get that. It says more flexible than the other than the other structure, I think.
Okay. Now last question. Okay. So I know the Kepei. Okay. So thank you for your presentation. Why did you select Spring Boot and Spring Cloud? Simply speaking, you are do not turn on camera. Kepei, yes, turn on the camera. And then you are using Java, right?
Yeah.
Why? Why you are using Java?
Because in China, I when I go here, I work in China. When I find work, many companies need to how to write Java.
Okay, that's why you use that. That makes sense. Great. Then also now last one. Okay, one more last. What kind of advice do you want to give to the future capstone student? Now you are finishing this one. So what advice do you want to give to the student who will take a capstone next time?
I think the first is start early.
Yeah.
Because I started this project in spring holiday, but too many technology I need to learn. It
Within 10
spend
weeks.
my
Yeah.
most time.
Yeah. Okay, great. I know that. That's why, I went to your classroom. Hey, start earlier, start earlier. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. You can turn off the camera. Stop the sharing. Okay, last speaker. Leqi, are you there? Did I pronounce your name correctly? Leqi Fu? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you turn on camera?
Oh yes. Okay.
Okay. Control your camera. I want to see you. And also now share your presentation slide with us. Okay, so you are ready. Okay, introduce yourself briefly, and then you will start the presentation. Let's go.
Yeah. Hello everyone. My name is Leqi Fu. I come from China. My project is design a reading assistant tool in the website form. Most website projects spend a lot of manpower and time redesigning the UI of the site performance to attract as many users as possible. However, in my impression, it is rare to hear of a team that would go to great lengths to present obtaining the accessible of the website. So I want making reading and to help improve the readability of the website forms. Taking into the account the a website is good or bad in addition to a creative content, beautiful pages, and faster access. User experience is very important.
Okay, just the stops. Okay, Richie. Okay, would you control camera? We want to see your full face. Otherwise, now you cut the 1/3 of you. Yes, I want to see the whole of your face. Can you control the camera? Okay, now much better. Yes, a little up. Then I want to see your full face.
Oh, okay,
okay. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent accessible design not only allows a disabled user to increment with the product normally, but it also provides a better user experience from the other people. So first, when I design for the accessibilities from the following four means, aspects are the many descenders, the visuals, hearing, mobility, and cognition. When I make sure that the contrast ratio of the text interactive controls and backgrounds meeting mediums standards. Learning accessible. I should make the text content easy to understand and use the text substitutions of operative. And websites must function without the use of mouse, as many assistive technologies really on the per keyboard navigation. And cognitive improvements means that user may need extensive technology to help them read the text, so the person of the text alternative is necessary. I use the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript to design these tools. The subtitle box can display the text point by the mouse. We can change the background colors and the font colors of the subtitle box, and the font can be enlarged and reduced. This is building the page to view it and use the visual to go short and height. This means is to determine whether the mouse is pointed at the picture or the text and display it. There's this role of the control at the top of the web page to control the subtitle box. And when the mouse points the pictures, and the subtitle will show that this is a picture. When the mouse point to the text, the box show the text. The most important thing to improve the user's reading experience is the font size and the colors, background colors and typographies. We collect colors, contrast the best for the different websites. Whether people prefer the dark mode or the light mode, colors that different age groups and we also get some for that are easier to read. The combinations of the background colors and the font colors can be divided into the light backgrounds, dark channels, and dark background light channels. Black text on the white background has the best colors properties and lights for the human eyes when we read on the screen. Content in the dark mode stands out when the dark and controlled and the windows fade into the background. The force requires a higher degree of different between the similar letters or the mongrels. The readability is not something every font can do. Once can is must have a difference. I found the colors contrast plays an important role here when the visual of the web page navigation layout information rows and in activities eminent is baked, the colors scheme becomes a foundation. For the most users choosing whether to enable a light or the dark appearance may not be related to the lighting conditions. For the user, they think like good. The middle age and the older adults tend to prefer the light colors screen because they find them more intuitive and easier to navigate. Young people often find the well-performing interface with darker backgrounds more organized and style. So I find some colors. This active means this is how to enhance readabilities, collect and understand that's the design point of the accessible design, as well as the impact of the background colors and the fonts on the readability. And I will show the demos. This is a subtitle box, and it can show the picture or the text. And this button can change the colors. And the font can change the font. Any questions?
Okay, so all audience now, here's the last speaker. Some of you just here, do you have any question? It can be general question also. Yeah, Anna, you joined here also, thank you. Yeah. Okay, now I have a question. Did you deploy this one to the local server or not? I just saw the HTML file, just a regular file. It was not deployed. I showed you a demo.
Sorry, I.
Leqi, did you deploy your actual application to the local web server?
The website.
Yeah. Did you deploy? Why? You saw the just the HTML file. It was not deployed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. When you go to because yes, when you look at the source code, then you saw the demo. The demo is just a file. Can you see the C:/users? It means this is under some directory you showed this one, right?
This a simple fonts.
Right. So just the web page, right? It was not deployed.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you deployed. If you deployed, then I want to see the HTTP or HTTPS protocol name, not file structure. Just under your local machine, you have a files. Am I correct?
Sorry, I don't know. I cannot.
Yeah, look at your source code. Source code, the URL name. Can you see that you put into the somewhere top URL C:/users, right? This one means you have all files under your local directory. Because you are using the view. You use the view framework. Am I correct?
Okay.
Did you use a view framework? When I look at your source code, you show the view. That's the web framework. Yeah. Yes, this one is just a code or you use the view framework. I don't know the meaning of a view here.
No, I just
created as a view. Okay, got it. Okay. Then also all of the data collection is your observation. Am I correct? Or data analysis. I saw your presentation, data analysis. You said this color is better or whatever. Just you designed this one, then you analyzed it. You didn't ask any info from somebody. Somebody who watched yours, they are giving feedback to you. Go to the presentation. Yes. Go to your presentation slide, data collection, or data analysis. Yeah. Go back to your slide. Yeah. Data analysis. Yep. Okay, you have a 1 minute. Yes, let you finish this one. Yep. So the data
Yeah.
analysis. Show the data analysis slide. Yep.
Um, mm, this
Okay, share the screen.
I have not data analysis.
Right. You usually that's your observation. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Next time when you come here, this research, you have to collect the data from somebody, not from yourself. Right. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you cannot validate the data. Yeah. Because it's too subjective. Only one person from you. Okay. Yep. Okay. So final question. So you get same question. So what kind of a recommendation do you want to give it to others? Through this one, what did you learn?
Um, I'm
What did you learn from this course?
yeah, I'm this I
Yeah,
I
speak
learned
out.
the
Mhm.
HTML
Mhm.
when this project and JavaScript I don't use in the
Okay, you learned a lot of
okay.
JavaScript here. Okay, also
Yes.
presentation too. Okay, so now you can turn off the screen. Everybody, thank you for coming here. This is your time, so now it's closed. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful weekend. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Okay,
Yes,
bye-bye,
thank you.
Yutong. Yeah.